It's time for those December birthdays. Can you believe it? It's December already. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December, a magical thing, and sweet to remember. We are nearer to spring than we were in September. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December. When I lived in New York, I could really appreciate that it was cold in December as I looked out of my window trying to see if there might just hopefully be a snow day that day and I didn't have to go to work. But this song from the Mamas and the Papas always meant a lot there. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. I don't know if I can sing that anymore. I'm getting too old. But anyway, that was a wonderful song reminding us that somewhere else it was warm. Do you remember that song, The 12 Days of Christmas? And have you heard the parody where a young man trying to win the hand of his sweetheart sends her all the lovely gifts listed in the song? By the end of the song, she is inundated by all manner of birds and trees, dancing girls, maids and milking, drummers drumming, and she is taken to the sanitarium for a long, long rest. The song ends with her lawyer instituting suit for damages against the young man. Well, let's not go there. You will do better this Christmas, I know. We do have some lovely holidays to celebrate in December. On December 5, which is coming up, we have Bathtub Party Day, and we have Repeal Day, because that was the day Prohibition was repealed, and maybe that's why it's called Bathtub Party Day, too. I do remember something called Bathtub Gin, although I've never imbibed myself. On December 9 is Christmas Card Day, so get busy, everybody. On December 10, Hanukkah begins. December 12 is Poinsettia Day. I love poinsettias. December 15 is Bill of Rights Day. December 18 is Baked Cookies Day, and as you can tell, I haven't waited for the 18th. I've been baking cookies like crazy ever since this pandemic began. December 25, of course, is Christmas Day. December 26, Boxing Day. December 27, National Fruitcake Day. And it was Dawn who told me yesterday she loves fruitcake. She's one of the few people I know who does. And December 31, it's New Year's Eve. In December, the Sagittarians rule, and they will celebrate until the 21st of December. The Sagittarius born may find this month generally good, and they could be lucky regarding their education, family, love life, and money matters, because planetary positions should favor them. Your mind will be remarkably bright and clear this December, which is a good thing, but because it's an excellent time to do some forward planning. This month can be all about improving your physical appearance. Go, buy a new sweater, buy a new dress, whatever. You want to look great this month. You also have clarity and sharpness in your mind. What a wonderful horoscope if you're a Sagittarian. Now, Capricorns will finish off the month of December, and the next 365 days will be the time for you to focus your minds and really build the world you want to live in. 2021 will have you finding new ways to make your lives unique and will be marked by a renewed enthusiasm for all the things you love. This year brings positive energy to your finances, and I'm going to come and meet each one of you as your finances grow, and we can help each other out here. You'll find opportunities abound when you stay the course and focus on your long-term plans. So, what great horoscopes for our friends here at Westminster. This month, 2 of our residents will celebrate their birthdays in the health center. They are David Tedford on December 17 and George Bentley on December 29. We want to especially congratulate George because he will be 92 years old at the end of the month. Please remember David and George with some cards on their birthdays. Very interestingly, for months we've had over 30 birthdays. On this month, we don't have too many, and they don't even begin until December 10. So, we are not behind the 8 ball this month, we're right ahead. On December 10, we have 2 birthdays, Brad Redwine and Nancy Snyder. Brad's name is really Bradley, and it has its origins in England and Ireland. It's an English surname derived from a place name meaning broad wood or broad meadow in Old English. It's also used in Ireland from the name O'Bralhan. I don't know if you say it that way, but I'm going to try it. From County Tyrone in Northern Ireland. Nancy is a name of Hebrew origin meaning grace. It was originally a nickname first, and then used as a given name in the 18th century. Brad and Nancy celebrate their birthdays with so many famous people. John Milton and Gallaudet, do you remember him? You probably don't because he was born in 1787, but he did. He was one of the first people to have great educational processes for the deaf. In 1822, one of my favorite composers, César Franck, Emily Dickinson, the poet in 1830, the beautiful Dorothy L'Amour, Kirk Douglas in 1916, and in 1934, a wonderful British actress, Judi Dench. So let's remember on December 10, Brad Redwine and Nancy Snyder. On December 14, we have 3 birthdays to celebrate. And 2 of the people have names that I think came from the fact that they were born close to Christmas. Noel Tallman, our own Holly Cabuto, and Sharon Piety Noel. Sorry, Sharon, I don't think your name came from Christmas. But Noel and Holly certainly did. Noel's name derives from the old French word Noel or Christmas, and it derives from the Latin natalis, which means birth. Sharon's name comes from an Old Testament place name. In Hebrew, it refers to plain or a fertile plain near the coast of Israel. So we have 3 birthdays on the 14th of December, and such a lovely juxtaposition of names. A Christmas rose surrounded with holly branches having birthdays together. They share their birthdays with Nostradamus, who was a physician born in 1503. Robert Fulton in 1765. 1840, Claude Monet, the painter. In 1889, Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Mamie Eisenhower was born on this day. Aaron Copland, the wonderful American composer, was born on this day. And in 1920, Clark Terry, I don't know if you remember him, but he was a famous jazz trumpeter, and I used to love to hear him play. On December 16, a very special birthday for a good friend for all of us, Brenda Sensitz. The accepted origin for the female name Brenda is Old Nordic, and it was Brandr, and it means both torch and sword. That doesn't really fit our Brenda very well, who is such a gentle soul. Anyway, it took root in the British Isles under the Nordic dominance, and it was eventually adopted as a female name. She shares her day with a wonderful composer, Ludwig van Beethoven. And the wonderful author Jane Austen in 1775. In 1901, Margaret Mead. 1938, the great actress Liv Ullmann. And in 1941, Leslie Stahl, who is still broadcasting. On December 18, we have two birthdays. Cindy Coring, who is a new member here at Westminster, and Marianne Finn, who actually are neighbors on Loudon Drive. Cynthia is a feminine given name coming from the Greek origin. It means from Mount Cynthus on Delos Island. It was originally an adjective for the Greek goddess Artemis, who, according to legend, was born on Mount Cynthus. Marianne comes from the French, and it's a version of the Greek name Mariamne, which is a variant of Mary. Marianne became a very popular name in the 18th century in France. Famous people born on the 18th, along with Cindy and Marianne, are Joseph Stalin in 1878, the baseball great Ty Cobb, Betty Grable of the famous Legs. Didn't she have famous Legs? 1935, Jacques Pepin was born. He's a famous chef. In 1946, Steven Spielberg, Brad Pitt on 1963, and Christine Aguilera in 1980. On December 21, we're going to celebrate a birthday with Dolores Edson. Dolores shares her name with Lola and Lolita, and we always look for a happy smile from Dolores. I miss Dolores coming and playing the piano for us at our birthday celebrations, and I know all of you do too, because we used to love her prelude as we ate cake and ice cream. Oh, those were the good old days, weren't they? Anyway, Dolores shares her birthday with Roger Williams, who was one of the founders of State in America. Werner von Trapp of the musical fame, The Sound of Music. Phil Donahue, Jane Fonda, and Samuel L. Jackson. And in 1970, the Premier of France was born, Emmanuel Macron. On December 28th, it's Barbara Aitken's birthday. Barbara is a given name used in numerous languages. It's the feminine form of the Greek word, and I really hate to say this, Barbara, but it's from barbaros, or barbarians. And that's not you at all. You are the most genteel lady I know. But anyway, that's where your name comes from. And if you want to just jump up and down and scream sometime, we'll say, it's just the name coming out. In 1858, on this day, December 22, the great opera composer Puccini was born. Connie Mack, the great baseball player who has his birthday here. Lady Bird Johnson, Diane Sawyer, and Ralph Fiennes. We have a birthday, poor guy, on December 24. I hope that his parents did well by him and they forgot Christmas Eve and just celebrated Bob Linville's birthday on that night. The name Robert is ancient German, and it means fame, glory, honor, renown, bright, and shining. Bob is president of our residence council here, and I'm sure that he has had a year that has brought him fame, glory, and probably a lot of headaches. On December 24, he shares his birthday with Howard Hughes, Ava Gardner, George Patton, the general, Mary Higgins Clark, the author, and Dr. Fauci. Who would have thought I could have added his name in now that he's become famous? And the day after Christmas, December 26, two birthdays, Anne Hershiser and Joanne Lake. We really should have had these people here today to tell us how their birthdays were celebrated when they were growing up. Because December 24th, December 26th, well, maybe you just celebrated for 3 days in a row. Maybe that's what you did. Anne is a form of the Latin name Anna. This is part of the Hebrew name Hannah, which means favor or grace. In German, it means eagle. So if you see Anne and her little puppy dog walking around here in the morning, who knows, they might just soar into the heavens one of these times. Joanne is a common name for women, and it's a variant of Joanna, and the feminine form of John, derived from the Latin name, meaning God is gracious. Anne and Joanne share their birthday with Henry Miller, the author, Mahalia Jackson, the wonderful, wonderful gospel singer, Steve Allen, who I thought was such a funny comedian, and David Sedaris, whose writing always makes me laugh. And on December 27, we have 2 birthdays to close out the month, Joe Nofsinger and Paul Falconer. Joseph is a common name derived from the Hebrew, which means he will add. I'm not sure what that meaning is, but I guess if we go back to Joseph in the Old Testament, we can kind of extract from that what it means. Paul's name comes from the Roman family name Paulus, meaning humble. During the classical age, it was the name that was given, like if you had 2 sons, the younger one would be called Paul or Paulus. On December 27, Louis Pasteur was born, Marlene Dietrich, Oscar Levant, the pianist, and in 1943, Cokie Roberts, who was a pretty famous newscaster on NPR. So, these are our December birthdays. Don't forget to wish these people happy birthday. And now let's all join in and sing them a rousing happy birthday.